Signal flow is where most beginners get confused, but it's actually quite simple. If you understand this, everything else in audio just makes more sense. Signal flow is just where your audio goes. Hey, Donnie Baker here with you. Happy Monday. Glad you're here. Can't wait to talk to you about signal flow. What is signal flow? Plain English. Let's talk about it. Sound travels from one place to another place. Your signal is moving from one place to another place. That path, that's signal flow, baby. That's it. It's your path the audio takes from your source to your speakers. Imagine that. Okay, let's talk about it. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you. Instead of talking to you about it, let me show you what's up. Okay, look. From your microphone to your interface to your DAW out to your speakers. That's it. It says right there, good input, solid flow, better mixes. Dude, you can't go wrong. It is that simple. Honestly, it's just that simple. Okay, microphone, audio interface, computer, DAW, speakers, or headphones, depending on what you're doing. Mic interface, DAW, speakers. That's signal flow. Yes, it can get complicated. Let me show you a diagram right here that's a little more complicated. As you can see, this is way more complicated. But if you look at it and literally look at it and follow the signal path from the input to the output, it's still really, really simple. Even though there's a lot going on, it still is really, really simple. Let me show you this one. This one is a simple signal flow. I know you can't see it. I'm gonna make this downloadable, okay, from my Skool community. This will be downloadable for you. But again, it's really super simple. Now, what I've included in this one is not only the microphone, the interface, the DAW, the recording, the headphones, but we're gonna add some plugins at the DAW stage. We're gonna add an EQ and a compressor before we record our audio. Still signal flow. Look, the plugins, they don't make a sound. All they do is help you manipulate your audio to fit where it needs to fit. Okay, the mic captures the sound, the interface converts it to digital, the DAW records it, the EQ can manipulate the frequencies, the compressor can adjust basically the levels. We're going to talk about these things in later lessons and later videos, but for now we're just keeping it super simple. I'm talking to the new people in the back, you guys. Okay, so this is what this is for. Okay, what happens inside the DAW? Okay, this is what happens inside your DAW. The audio track receives signal, the plugins can process that signal, and the output sends a signal to your speakers. The signal keeps moving. It just gets processed along the way. And you know what? It does make a difference whether you put your EQ first and then your compressor, or you put your compressor first and then your EQ. It does make a difference because that's the flow of your signal, whichever way it's going. Okay, if your signal's going EQ first, then compressor, or compressor, then EQ. Again, we're gonna dive a little bit deeper in this in future videos and future lessons. Okay, so let's just keep this really simple for today. So once we start to add plugins in there, and yeah, there are various plugins that do manipulate differently. An EQ, yeah, is an EQ, but the different manufacturers may model different types of EQs. One may be an additive, one might be a compressed EQ, whatever. Okay, so plugins don't create sound, they only change it. Okay, here's some common beginner mistakes. Not knowing where your signal's going to, that's a big one. If you don't have any input signal on one of your tracks and you expected it to be working, you plug the mic in, the mic's working, because you just used it last night on another session, so you know the microphone's working, but maybe you didn't check your input on your DAW, so it's different than what you think it is. That, again, is just simple signal flow. In the Skool community, I've got free downloads for you. Okay, one of the downloads I'm going to add for you. Let me show you something right here. So on the screen right now, you see a track sheet. And what all this track sheet does is keep track of where signal's coming from and where it's going to when we're setting up larger sessions. Honestly, if you're just dealing with one microphone, I don't see a reason to have to fill out a track sheet. But once you start getting into multiple microphones, yes, you might want to have a track sheet to keep track of where microphones are plugged in, which preamp they're patched to on your patch bay, if any outboard gear, if you're running through any outboard gear like an EQ, or you might have your favorite compressor might be a hardware compressor. You know, you might have a CO1B that you like to run, or an L1176 that you like to run your vocals through. I digress. But at the same time, you need to understand that you need to know where your signal is going, because if it's not getting to where you need it to go, you got a problem, Houston, and you got to fix it. So troubleshooting, you got to be able to fix it right away, okay? Most audio problems are signal flow problems. It's pretty rare that your microphone, well, one, it's pretty rare that your microphone is not going to be working. It's pretty rare that the preamp that you spent $4,000 on is not going to be working. Trust me, okay? So it's generally going to be a signal flow problem. And your job as engineer, producer, studio guy, you got to know where your signal is coming from and where your signal is going to. This is why it matters, okay? Troubleshooting just becomes easy. Setup becomes faster. And you know what? Your confidence is going to increase because you're going to know what's going on. If you understand signal flow, you can fix all your problems. You can fix most of your problems quickly. Okay, let's tie this back to mixing. All right, so signal flow, again, just equals balance. Go check out last week's video. I'll pop a thing right here. Last week's video was about mixing. So we're gonna talk about that. So signal flow is just balance. Balance is just mixing, whether it's levels, panning, adding some EQ and compression to adjust things so that everything fits. It's just balance, balancing things, making sure things fit. Mixing only works if the signal is flowing correctly. So who is this for? Who am I talking to today? I'm talking to you, beginner, guy in the back, not paying attention. Come on, I'm talking to you. Somebody who doesn't know anything about anything. You know where you need to be. You need to be in my Skool community, because this is what we discuss. These are things that we talk about. We not only talk about this kind of stuff, but we also talk about building your business so you can make money doing this, because you love to do this. It's not just a hobby. You don't have to make it just a hobby. You could make money doing this. Okay, eventually, hopefully quit your day job and just do this full time, because it's awesome. People get confused by routing. I mean, if I show you my patch bay, let me show you my patch bay right here. So what you're looking at on the screen right now is my patch bay. This is the patch bay map of my patch bay. So this is what we use to track where the signal's coming from and going to. This is also for anybody that's stuck with setup issues. I mean, dude, just your inputs and outputs. If you got more than 2 inputs and outputs, you're kind of starting to get into crazy town there. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of nuts. It can get crazy. So I want to add, again, I want to invite you to come over and hang out with us in the Skool community. Bro, it's free. First of all, it's free. Okay. If you want to build real fundamentals, real basics, the link is going to be in the description. Also, as a pinned comment. But come over and hang out with us. And I'll leave a link again right here to the video from last week about basic mixing, basic balance. We'll see you next time. Remember, keep it simple. Have a great week. Donnie B, I'm out.